Okay. I have no idea where this is gonna go, but I really feel the need to talk and put it into a video form. So here we go. I'm turning 30. Also, quick note. It's the day before my haircut, so don't judge me. I'm really having a lot of emotions about my journey, mostly from teenage years all the way through now. If you don't know already, because if you know present day me, you probably don't know a lot of my history, but I really struggled with my mental health for most of my life. And a lot of the things that I struggled with led me to be in really bad places physically and mentally. For example, at one point I weighed 60 pounds because I had this super funky OCD controlled eating disorder that made me think that restricting would keep me from being sick, and I had a huge phobia and fear of being sick. It's called emetophobia. I still have it. So in order to try to gain control of that, I almost died, actually. By the time I got into therapy, I was told that if I didn't gain weight within a week, I would have to go to an inpatient recovery center for people with eating disorders. And actually, fun fact about that, not fun at all. What led me to therapy was I laid down on the couch and I got a flash of my own funeral, and it scared me, and that's what finally kicked everything into gear, and I got treatment and whatever. So I've had a lot of darkness in my past, and some of it is from life situations, things that I've experienced. Some of it is from, unfortunately, religion and religious trauma and the way that I interpreted church as a kid throughout my teenage years. I took it very seriously, very literally, and was terrified all the time that I was just never good enough. There was a lot of perfectionism struggles going on, and anyway, you know, I'm here now, 3 decades of life, right? And I'm kind of struggling emotionally with the baggage of what I've carried all these years, and I'm just now feeling alive, but I'm carrying the weight and the damage of all those years of just being so scared, constantly in fight or flight, freeze and fawn, fight or flight, freeze and fawn. And I'm sorry that this really isn't an informative video. This is literally just me talking about my life, so yeah, it's not, it's probably not something people that don't know me are clicking on, but I just need to kind of like rant about it and get it out there, I think. I used to be very open and used to talk a lot, even online, about, you know, what I was going through, or pieces of advice, inspiration for people. And the past few years, I've just felt so muted, so dulled, exhausted. I think it's hard. I spent so much of my life suffering emotionally and mentally, which led to physical problems. And now that I'm feeling better, mentally overall, I'm still dealing with the physical aspects. Like, and I think that's the hard part for me about turning 30 is like, okay, the wear and tear I have put my body through, and I don't even want to put the blame on myself, because it's the mental illnesses and the situations that put that wear and tear on my body. But from clenching and grinding my teeth for years, I have really bad TMJ, which has led to some hearing loss, which is leading to gum recession in my teeth, and like things that I can't control. So many things that I can't control, and I can't go back and tell my younger self, hey, might want to get this in check. This advice will help you. You know, I can't go back and do that, and I know that that's part of life, and I know that that's just the experience of living, but I'm emotional. It's hard. It's kind of hard to deal with, and a lot of the things that I've been through that caused me to have the problems I have are very, like, there's like a stigma around them. There's a stigma around talking about them. There's a stigma around coming out and speaking out about them. You know, it's a lot. I'm an early life survivor of, I say survivor versus victim because that's where I'm at right now, of childhood SA. Religion really did not mesh well with my young brain, and I felt like I was never good enough. I was constantly afraid of hell and being dirty or gross or vile. I lost 2 of my grandparents to cancer within 3 weeks of each other at an age, a preteen age, when my OCD full force exploded, made me a huge germaphobe. And then the perfectionism, and then it led into the eating disorder, and then I lost my best friend, who was also my cousin, when we were 17 in a car accident, and it just kept... Teenage years were terrible for me, and even though the SA I experienced happened when I was 5, it didn't hit me until I was a preteen, so it was almost like everything happened in those teenage years. And by the time I hit my 20s, I was in full-on recovery mode and healing mode from all of that, and trying to also become an adult and, like, do college and do adult things like jobs and, you know, growing up while carrying all this weight. And I guess I want to get this out there because a lot of times I get, first of all, I usually am very organized with the way, well, not very organized, but much more organized with the way I release videos and talk about content. I usually talk about mental health on my Spyro series, Toasting Narcs and Talking Mental Health. But I kind of just wanted to get this out there, like, this is how I'm feeling right now. These are the thoughts I'm having. They're scattered, they're unorganized. Because a lot of times I get compliments on, like, oh, you're so inspirational, or oh, you carry yourself so well. And, like, it's very nice, and I appreciate that so much. But at the end of the day, my brain, it's like this a lot. A majority of the time, actually. It's just so scattered. You know, I have a mix of, like, gratitude and regret, and I have a mix of, you know, I'm at peace, but I'm also still at war with myself and my body and these thoughts and these things that I've been through, and it's a lot. So I don't know, you know, I do this all the time and don't share it. It's not like I'm going to share every little emotion that I have, and I really try to be careful about, like, what I share, what I don't share. But yeah, I guess the summary is turning 30 is emotional for me, not because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so old. I do like to joke about that because it is kind of freaky to be leaving my 20s, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like, it's the reflection on, like, what I've been through, how I've gotten here, the fact that I didn't even know at one point that I would make it here. I didn't even see myself hitting my 20s, let alone 30. And yeah, it's just emotional. I'm emotional. I might look well put together, you know, in the way I talk about things, especially on the mental health series, because y'all aren't all here for the serious stuff, and, like, I do a lot of fun things too, or I try to be funny and keep the good vibes up, the positive vibes up as well. But I'm also very, I want to be very real about the things that are hard to talk about. And yeah, today I'm feeling a lot of it. My past was hard. I was privileged in a lot of ways financially, and you know, there were a lot of things that of course were going great for me, and I feel like a lot of people look at me and see that and they're like, how is your life that bad? And even the few things I've been through, they don't think I should be that affected by it, but I am. I just am. Mental illness and mental health, it's hard, and life layers on top of having those things. It's hard. So I just needed to get that out, I think. And I'm going to talk more about these things on Toasting Orcs and Talking Mental Health in detail and in an organized manner, I promise. I just feel like I needed to just be real today. Be unorganized and random and stressed and emotional all at the same time. What the theme of this video is, I don't know. I'm going to assume it's the emotions of me turning 30, and that's what we're going to go with. So if you made it through 12 minutes of this rant, that's very unorganized. Thank you. Really don't know why I'm posting this, but anyway, now that I got all the heavy stuff out of the way, I promise I will celebrate and enjoy the positives and the good things about making it to 30. So thank you all for watching. Thank you in advance for the birthday wishes, because I know they're coming, and maybe I'll make more of these disorganized rants, or maybe I won't. We'll see. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.